We are evolving. We are evolving. We are evolving walls. We are evolving floors.
We are evolving hallways.
And even reached the doors. I woke up in a frequency I used to ignore. Now it's knocking in my chest like a hidden door. Patterns in the smoke, yeah, they twist and pour. Thoughts turn into sound, now they drift to form. Every step I take feel aligned with more. Every memory hums like it's been here before. Felt it once, now I feel it encore. Now I know what the feeling is for.
We are evolving walls. We are evolving floors. We are evolving hallways. And even reach the doors.
We are, we are, we are, we are, we are, we are,
We
evolving. Light through the blinds like a message sent. Every breath I take got a deeper intent. Love in the waveform heaven bent. I remember a place that I never went. Carry through time in a fragile sense. Energy loop with no consequence. What we feel now leaves a resonance. And it builds and it builds and it builds.
we felt it once.
We know it now.
We carry it forward.
We are it now.
We are evolving walls. We are evolving floors. We are evolving hallways. And even reach the doors. We are carry the feeling.
Remember the moment.
You knew. We are. We are. We are. People, 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 people. We are evolving.
Yeah, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Check, check, the system's only back. I don't need your lecture, don't need your grade. World in my pocket, every lesson ever made. You sold me a system, said I had to pay. But I built a future while you built delay. Screens light up knowledge on demand. No gate, no guard, no middleman. You call it structure, I call it stall. Without any permission,
I got it on.
what are we buying?
Set it straight.
4 years just to validate.
Clock it in, play your part.
Sign your name, trade your spark. Now if they say sit still, will you sit like that?
Now if they say fall in,
Will you fall right back?
now if they say do this,
Will you do like that? Or you gonna break, 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 break? look back.
Shake it off.
No chains, no class.
Shake it off.
No lane, just gas.
Shake it off.
No gate, just pass.
Shake it off.
You're moving too fast. You pay for the signal, not the skill inside. Stamps and approve just to stand in line. But I see the code, I rewrite the game. No syllabus here, just fire in my brain. They measure patience,
I measure speed.
they teach obedience.
I plant the seed.
You
Call it safe, I call it slow.
I'd rather crash than never go.
They want proof you can follow orders. I want proof I can cross those borders.
Break the frame, cut the thread.
Build it live, not what they say.
Now if they say sit still,
Will you sit like that?
now if they say
Fall in, will you fall right back?
now if they say do this,
Will you do like that?
or you gonna
Break, 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 break that. Break, 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 break that. Build, 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 build back. Move fast, don't wait, don't ask, come on.
shake, shake the system. Don't look back. I saw the line and I stepped aside.
Saw the path and I let it die.
They move in circles, I move in flame.
They played the test, I changed the game.
Feel that pressure,
Good, ignite.
you feel that doubt.
Good, now fight.
No degree can crown your mind.
Only what you will define. Build it, build it, build it, build it. No permission, go get it. Build it, build it, build it, build it, build it. No permission, go get it.
Now if they say sit still,
Will you sit like that?
now if they say fall in,
Will you fall right back?
now if they say do this,
Will you do like that?
are you gonna
Break, 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 break,
break that?
break, 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 break that. Build, 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 build back. Move fast, don't wait, don't ask, come on.
Shake, shake the system.
Don't look back.
Receive for obedience, tear it up.
Receive for obedience.
Burn it up.
Receive for obedience.
Rip it up. Prove nothing.
Build everything.
There's a moment right before everything changes. You don't hear it. You become it. Crack the seal on the atom of now. Spark in the blood through the brow. Veins tap code, pulse gets loud. Eyes blown open, mushroom clouds. It's all ignition. No reverse. No ignition. No reverse. Heartbeat hunts like a panther scream. Fangs drip time in a fractured dream. Neon bleeds through the brick and bone. Talk too fast, dial tone clone. It's all ignition. No reverse. The ceiling melts, the floor forgets. The mirror talks, but splits and sets. I'm the flicker before the blink. The static thought before you think. The match struck once, no second verse. Ignition. No reverse. I'm gonna no reverse. Jump, cut, loop, splice reality. Memory bends into duality. Past is baked and the future's loud. Present punching through the crowd. It's all ignition. No. Irreversible ignition. No reverse. Jump, cut, loop, splice reality. Memory bends into duality. Past is bait and the future's loud. Present punching through the crowd. It's all ignition. No. Irreversible ignition. Ignition. No reverse. Irreversible. That wasn't the moment. That was you.
It's all ignition, no reverse. No reverse. We had a plan, it hit the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had what? I made a list, I checked it twice. Bought the future, rolled the dice. Timeline tight, yeah, everything neat. Then life came crashing through the sheet. Doctor said, relax, you're fine. Clock went ticking out of line. Perfect plan in black and white. Turn neon red and flashing lights. Heartbeat racing, no protection. Welcome to the main event. Plan C-section, cut to the confession. Life don't wait for your direction. Plan C-section, chaos is the lesson. You scheduled perfection, got a punk rock infection. Plan C-section, total misdirection. That's a bitch of a blast,
No question.
hey, rip it up, no discretion. Chaos is the lesson. Life don't wait, no direction. Read the books, I knew the stats. Life said nah, then laughed at that. Google search said stay composed. Reality said overexposed. Checklist burned, alarms went wild. Welcome to the chaos, child. Perfect script got torn in two. Plot twist screaming right on cue. No rehearsal, no protection. Everybody hold your breath. Plan C-section, cut to the confession. Life don't wait for your direction. Plan C-section, chaos is the lesson. You scheduled perfection, got a punk rock infection. Plan C-section, total misdirection. That's a bitch of a blast.
No question.
Tear the script. Let it rip. No control, full ignition. Welcome to your new condition. I thought I had it all aligned. A perfect little peace of mind. But nothing ever stays in line. Whoa! Detonate design. Plan C-section.
Cut to the confession.
Life don't wait for your direction.
Chaos is the lesson.
C-section, total misdirection. You scheduled perfection, got a punk rock infection. That's a bitch
Of a blast, no question.
Let it break it, spin it, wreck it. Life don't care, so just respect it. Let it
We were told to wait. Out in the dark where the engines hum, we wait on a ship that will never come. Cold metal decks and a silent sky. We count the days as the signals die.
I feel it close, I feel it near, but nothing comes, just
Empty air. Soon may the signal come. Bring us cold and light and sun. One more run and the deal gets done. But the ship don't come, the ship don't come. We wait,
we grind,
no sign.
no sign.
We wait,
We grind,
something that never left. They said it's coming. Just hold your place.
We stayed, we stayed, we stayed, day, 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 day.
Soon may the signal come, bring us cold and light and sun. One more run and the deal gets done, but the ship don't come, the ship don't come.
Dun, dun, da, 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 da. Dun, dun, da, 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 da. Dun, dun, da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. Them boys ain't right.
Here we are, another TBAR episode. Today's 29 April 2026. Stephen, what's going on in the world today?
More rain and misery here in New York.
Wonderful.
I'm happy to report for like 2 or 3 days. I don't know if I told you, but I saw an advertisement for a tour guide park up at Niagara Falls. So, yeah, I like them. They like me. So we've decided to get together, and I'm already doing some in training stuff. But yeah, with the rain, I might go out there and maybe the high is supposed to be 50 or something like that. But with the wind and the rain and everything, it's like feels like 41,
My
and
God.
we're almost into May. I'm like, what's going on?
So what exactly are you doing at Niagara Falls?
It's like a walking tour.
Okay.
We meet up and then talk about the history and different parts of the tour, and then it also includes like a boat ride on a watercraft called, or the company's called Maid of the Mist. Um, and so it's like a half-hour ride, 20-minute ride, goes by the falls so you can get wet and all that good stuff.
Good. So that means you got to beef up on all your Niagara Falls history?
Yes, I've got a book, and I'm studying questions, and I'm also looking at making some flashcards because I got to go take a test. And it'd be, I think, the only city I've heard of where you have to, of course, pay money. It's New York, probably like $60 to.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's two parts. So I got to pay like 10 or 15 to take this test, and then I have to go get my Niagara Falls license, which is like $60 to the county, uh, to say that okay, we certify you as a tour guide.
Okay.
So
Well, that's
uh,
that's gonna be awesome. So I guess we'll be doing little shout outs here and there, won't we?
yeah, yeah.
All right.
It's pretty cool, unless I fail the test, and then I'll be like, oh, not
Well,
yet.
there's always that possibility, I'm sure.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
All
What have you been
right.
up to?
Yeah, controlling the world, running podcasts, music, all kinds of stuff.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And I understand that the government's supposed to be releasing some files about UFOs coming up.
I did hear that. I think I saw something. I didn't watch the interview, but I think President Trump had some cabinet meeting with people asking questions, and I heard that the topic of UFOs came up. So he said people are going to be very interested in it, or there might be something interesting in it. So, what do you think? You think there's UFOs out there?
Do I think? Okay, so first, do I think there's intelligent life other than human beings in the universe? Yes. That would be my first just gut response is, of course, there must be, that kind of thing. Do I think that the United States possesses, say, down spacecraft technology or whatever? According to Bob Lazar, yeah. You know?
I think what was it Tom Blanchett or isn't there like a senator who's on I don't know maybe Joe Rogan or some
Yeah.
podcast and said, "Oh, we're already talking with them,"
Yeah. Yeah.
or at least
There's a
having some kind of interaction.
yeah. I think there's a representative out of Tennessee, maybe
Yeah,
Blanchett or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, I know he's from Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's been kind of outspoken about release the files. You know that he's been on Sean Ryan, I know, and that kind of stuff. But the movie Disclosure Day is supposed to come out next month or the month after. That Spielberg's new movie Disclosure Day. Yeah,
I haven't seen a trailer of it, but I know
dude,
it's
you want to
coming
watch
out.
it?
Yeah, let's watch
Let's
it.
watch it. Let's watch the trailer because I got what do I got right now? Oh yeah, I got. Well, we don't want to watch ourselves here. Let's go over here to YouTube. Let's watch the let's see what was it what's it called again? Disclosure Day? Yeah,
Disclosure Day.
Disclosure Day trailer. Yeah, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
What did you steal?
Secrets. The data they paid me to protect.
Are they people?
No.
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today. Let's. Today is. Today's.
Looks scary.
Yeah.
Do you understand what she's saying?
I hear it's gibberish. I can't understand it.
And I can.
What's happening to me?
People are starved for the truth. I'm a part of it now. I'm just sorry that they made you a part of it too.
Hello, Jane. Please,
How long is this trailer?
have a seat.
It's a couple minutes. The Brits are always the evil ones, right?
This 79-year terror campaign of lies has to end.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world.
That truth will upend all established order across the entire world.
That's all right. What's he walking out of the for?
If you do this, there's no one doing it.
Got to add into action here.
Why would they do this?
When the time is right, everything will become clear.
Yeah, I'm about to grab my popcorn here in a second.
Whatever happens,
Don't you let go.
There's the mothership, huh? So that's Disclosure Day, right? From Steven Spielberg, right? So it's interesting. He did Close Encounters of the Third Kind in the 70s. He does E.T.
Yeah.
in the 80s. And I haven't even been paying attention. Are there other kinds of movies like this from Steven Spielberg in, say, the 90s and the early 2000s?
I can't think of any. I think I remember obviously Close Encounters of the Kind was really great. Did he do? You said he did the ET as well.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
So
is
it's
this
certainly.
is this implying art mimics reality type thing? Is that what we're?
Oh, I
Is,
thought you were going to go. Is this implying he's an actual alien?
well, oh, I hadn't even. Yeah. Let's go there too. Or in the know, or whatever. Or what is
Yeah.
the disclosure? Is it aliens? Is it? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
I'm gonna
don't
watch
know.
the movie.
Separate from that, just because it's in my head right now, is have you seen the trailer for the new Mummy movie?
No,
Not that I want you to play it, but
no, I
I
have not.
saw it a couple of weeks ago,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Oh, this looks like the old Mummy married up with the Conjuring movies." I'm like, "What? This is not this is not the Brendan Fraser Mummy that
Yeah,
we grew up with."
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
seen it yet, but it looks pretty crazy.
yeah. Yeah, The Mummy was a great movie. The first Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, yeah.
Brendan
So this
Fraser's a
one
good
definitely
actor.
took a it is.
Yeah,
So this one took a definite dark turn.
yeah, yeah. So, okay, enough about aliens. We're not going to figure it out today for sure. But
Yeah.
apparently, I did have this pulled up on X somewhere. I forgot where it was. Yeah, I already scrolled past it. But anyhow, there's a big thing saying apparently there's going to be this disclosure of UFO files by the U.S. government.
Yeah, I think
They're
that's
always
what I was
saying
saying.
shit like that, though. The Epstein files, the UFO files, the these
Yeah.
files, the JFK
I'm
files. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's why Bondi got fired, or that, or
Now, why? Why did she get fired? Do you believe?
either her fumbling of the Epstein
Uh,
files. In the beginning, I got the Epstein files list on my desk, and
I do remember that.
um,
Yeah.
so I don't think people were happy with the complaints the American public who were interested in that were coming along, or two, he wasn't happy with um, the lack of cases against his political rivals, we'll say. Um, and so, to be honest, today I was looking at some stuff, and I started thinking about it probably yesterday or the day before, and that's the whole James Comey arrest. Are you following that?
Did he just get rearrested? Wasn't he arrested before or
I
brought
don't think
in?
he was ever arrested.
Or maybe he was
Um,
indicted or something like that. I don't
well, he's
know.
definitely indicted now on two felony charges.
Of?
One is threats to kill the president. So that was follow me on this.
Is this from that meme he posted, like the
so
something kill
so
47 or whatever like that?
yeah, so a couple years ago, probably him and his family were on vacation in North Carolina, and because it happened in North Carolina, that's where he's being arrested and brought in, to see the judge and
Mm-hmm.
figure out what if he's going to get bail or whatnot. Um, so one charge I think is definitely 8647,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, out of seashells, right, or something like that.
yeah, and man, I just so the president today made a statement, and it was like James Comey knows what he's doing. 8647 is a mob term, and he means to have me killed. That's what the president is saying to justify this. Um, um,
Is the president the victim?
grand jury. Well, 8647. Yeah, he would have been the victim.
So then that means President Trump has to be interviewed as a victim right? Isn't that how police cases work? When you go arrest somebody, you have a victim and a subject, and you interview the victim and any potential
I
witnesses, and then
guess
you,
that they probably started the investigation last year, or
yeah,
as soon as he did it,
yeah, yeah.
and now they gathered up enough. But they say you can convict a ham sandwich, you know,
Indict. You can indict a
indict,
hams.
indict.
Yeah.
I don't mean convict.
Can't convict
So
anyone. It's hard to convict people
I don't
sometimes.
know what the second charge is. Maybe lying under oath, or
Okay.
I don't know what the second one is. But yeah, I did. I looked briefly. Like, is 86 really a mob term? So I read something, and I don't know if it's lore or whatnot, but it said like the Vegas mob used to use that term, and it meant to drive somebody 8 miles out of town and then put them 6 feet
Yeah.
deep. And I can believe that that's a true thing. But what I don't believe is he posted that as a way to say kill President
Well,
Trump.
we'll walk back the picture. So he either did or didn't expose the photo and post it. Okay, I'm not trying to answer for. I'm saying he either did
Right.
or he didn't. And then if he did, and he made the 8647 out of seashells in the sand or whatever it is.
Yeah.
If he did do that, he either intended it to be a received message to literally cause chaos, or he didn't. Those are the only two.
Or he just meant get rid of him, like impeach
Well, what I
or
mean is he
whatever.
either meant to cause violence and loss of life, or he didn't. Like if he meant to have him impeached, that's not loss of life and violence.
Right.
If he's joking, well, I don't know. A court will have to figure out if that joke leads to the act of violence, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. So again, um,
Does he deny posting the?
no, I think like the next day he
Mhm.
said, I see people are taking this in a way that they think I mean, kill the president.
Right.
So I've decided to remove that post,
Mm-hmm.
and he
I wonder
probably
why he posted. I mean, he
probably
was
he
the.
said, well, because he well, first off, he started it, right? So there is that. I think he bragged about it on a program one time and said that normally we have to notify the chief of staff, they have to notify the lawyers, but I thought I'll take a shot, and I think he went in there with a recorder that he didn't, disclose to the president back then, and tried to get him to confess something. So then he gets fired. I think during the first Trump administration, right? Obviously, yeah. And so they're battling. Now they're mortal enemies.
Yeah.
Not in the sense of violent, but they're going at it probably on each other on Facebook or whatever, or True Social.
So what does this mean for the systems? Meaning the presidency, the FBI, our legal system, um, the Constitution. What does this mean? Like, break this down from your own point of view. What does
So
this?
this is what I'm worried about. I have heard some rumblings, especially from a good portion of Americans, that, hey, look, if he gets elected again, before he got elected, he is going to turn around and try and use the law as warfare against his enemies. And I was like, nah, at least in his campaigns, he never said, I'm going to use the Justice Department and crush every enemy. I should have known that because this case seems. How do you know intent, right? So you got freedom of speech, and I think I watched some interview. It was a little bit weird. Like he's explaining the seashells. Like I'd have to pull it up. I don't want to be too incorrect in this, but something to the effect of he found the seashells in that way, and
Of course.
his
Yep.
wife was saying, "Is that an address or something?" And then he was like, "Oh no, I know what it means." I'm paraphrasing. So I took a picture of it and posted it. I don't know if that FBI ran out there and did DNA on the seashells to see if his fingerprints were on it. But yeah, it's
I'm not against Comey at all on this. Meaning, I mean, I'm not a pro-Trump against Comey or vice versa or anything. I will say this though, he was the director of the FBI. He
yeah.
obviously was in law enforcement his career, or justice, or law, or something, right? I have to believe when an educated and smart person like that, I assume, to be the director of the FBI, sees something like that and then decides to post it for everyone to see on Instagram, I have to believe you're doing that for a reason. That's just not an oops or a, And you're not just like everyone else admiring nature. You come from a different position. You're not just a blue collar worker with his family out on vacation walking down the beach and then, oh, look at the seashells, let's take a picture. That I don't believe. You know what I mean?
Hey, can you check just real quick and see if we still have the video up from the trailer?
Why? Video up from the trailer.
Like,
What do you mean?
see if we're showing or we're just
Yeah,
talking.
I'm
with the
seeing
big-
us. We're live right now. We have excellent stream health. Yeah, I'm watching it.
Oh, okay, it's me. My bad.
Yeah. So I have this back end way where when I'm streaming through you, I have to go into YouTube literally and say go live, and it gives me this way to check our analytics and everything. See, because we have current viewers 0,
Yeah.
chat rate
No,
0.
I just looked over. My laptop was off,
Yeah.
and then I put it back on real quick, and it was in the back. So yeah, that's
Okay.
my bad.
All right.
But you're right. So that's another issue too. Like,
So
does
finishing the
he
point. Yeah, finishing the
does he
point.
bear? Does he have more responsibility as a national figure than the average
I
person?
would argue yes, because we gave him that power. Society looked at him and said, you get to be the director of law enforcement federally, basically. You know what I mean? You get to determine who the bad guys are and put them away and that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're the head guy in charge. So when society affords a person that, you're no longer like me and you.
But at the same time, at this point,
Yeah.
he's a civilian.
Right.
So does he lose his free speech?
No. This isn't about losing free speech. This is about when you've chosen to wear a crown, you're elevated above others and you need to behave that way. That's how the systems work. When you act like everyone else, then why were you in that elevated position? And this isn't about speech.
Oh, I agree with that.
Do you see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I have to believe this. I have to believe he's not a bumbling idiot and that he knew exactly what he was doing. I have to believe that. Because he was the head of the FBI. How do you take the time to post something on social media? If you're the head of the FBI, you know all the crimes on social media, you know all the crap on social media, you know all that. So my question would be, if you take the time to do that and then go, oh, I'm just a civilian though. No, you're not.
Well, we're talking about one thing, right? Some seashells that's already.
Yeah, no. We're talking about behavior is what we're really talking about right now, not seashells. What we're talking about is a person posting something on social media for a reason. That's what we're talking about. And my question is, I wonder what that reason is. And I'm supporting that. I wonder what that reason is. This isn't just a normal Joe walking on the beach. This is someone who was elevated in the top positions of government. So when they do something online, it must be intentional. They have too much knowledge to just do whimsical things online like a normal person would. This is my point.
Yeah.
He can say whatever he wants.
Maybe he's just infuriated with everything going on.
I think it's a tit for tat game, and I think he's going to lose this tit for tat game probably because he probably thought he had more power in his side. That would be my assumption. You know what I mean? Because that's what politicians look. Every time Chuck Schumer stands up, he points a finger at the other side of the aisle and says bad. And every time the other side of the aisle stands up, they point the finger at Chuck Schumer and say bad. That you know this. That's all politics is. The other side is evil. It's gotten worse, dude, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're going to get into the White Correspondents' Dinner thing.
Well, I just want to finish off the
sorry,
4647 part.
Yeah.
I get your point, and that's where a lot of people are arguing.
It's about behavior. That's all I'm talking about. Yeah.
So one is you should have been in a better frame of mind, or we expect more of you not to even write 86.
That's what I would say. I would go.
But the other ones are saying that you're writing 8647 specifically as a message to kill the president, and I don't believe that. I've heard the 86 something, throw it in the garbage, get rid of it. I don't necessarily take the implication that it means put a bullet in him.
No, I think it means get him out of office. 86,
Yeah.
throw away, put him in the trash. Yeah, I don't,
So-
because if he said 187, that's a
Okay.
California code for murder. 187.
Yeah,
So
that's a whole. Well, then we say, well, I didn't write that. I found the seashells written that way,
the
and I
sea,
thought it was
hey, the
funny, and I
sea
took a
wants
picture of
it. Yeah, nature wants it. I guess that's the point.
So then I heard, or I saw a clip probably on X, the poison of my mind, maybe YouTube, and it said that. Do you remember Alina Haba? I think was her last name. She defended President Trump while
Yeah.
one of the cases where they were going after him for like 350 years, or maybe uh, fraud for his apartment or something. I can't remember what case it was.
Mhm.
Anyway, so many cases.
Well, can I stop you
So
for a second? Would you
yeah,
not classify what Trump went through after his first presidency as political retribution against him? All the arrests, but he was
yeah,
arrested, if you'll remember,
yeah.
and his mugshot taken. And
They started it, and I said, "You're going to give him the presidency by you doing
so
this."
who's right and wrong here? Who's right and wrong? Is Trump wrong for exacting his revenge now through systems? I guess he's allowed to touch and do, like, hey man, it's a threat on the presidency that he should be charged with it. He's playing that game. And then walk back 4 years ish, and his raid at Mar-a-Lago and his arrest and Fannie Willis and the other guy and the stuff, which none of that came to fruition against him.
Yeah. Um,
So
I think what it is well, no, I think there was a whole election lost over it. I think the average American looked at that and said, "You're trying to put this man in jail for 700 years."
right.
Uh, a lot of these charges, don't make sense. Um, and then they looked at the election where people said, "Now, are you going to turn around? Or are you going to turn the other cheek?" And he was like, "Yes, I'm going to turn the other cheek." And how
He
I'm
didn't
going
say
to
the
measure.
Justice Department would.
Well, this is where it is, right? He's like, "I
Yeah.
didn't do that." Damn well, darn well that.
They serve at his pleasure.
Yeah, darn well that he's good with it. In fact, I think today he called him a scumbag or something during an interview. But I think it was Caitlin Collins, I think her name is, from CNN, asked him, "Do you really think he meant to kill you?" And again, paraphrasing, President Trump said, "Absolutely. That's a mob saying. He knows what that means. He meant it directly." And I'm not really buying that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my point was this Helena Hava is a lawyer, and she was on The View. We all love The View. uh, well, a lot of people actually do. But they were asking her, like, "Oh, do you think this is what he meant," or something along that line? And she said, well, shortly around that time, someone wrote 86 Hava, or her last name. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. And that person is now in jail, has been charged and convicted of threatening me with murder. So I'm like, oh. So now we got an average civilian already in jail
Mm-hmm.
for saying the exact same thing. Convicted in Florida, of course. I don't know if that would have.
Yeah, I don't know if that's.
But yeah, not just Comey, but several people, were writing that. Some probably meant it that way, but I don't think
Yeah.
Comey did. But anyway, how in a court of law do you judge intent? Saying, "Oh, you're head of FBI. You knew you were saying an old mob term to kill him," and he says, "No, I already explained. I meant like get rid of him, but not through violence." How do you convict someone on that?
Yeah.
That seems hard. I almost want a lawyer on tonight, but
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, convicting someone on intent, from my knowledge, you would gather intent through interview and evidence collection during the investigation. You would be able to show, like we say, modus operandi, right? You would be able to
Yeah,
show the intent. You'd be able to show motive. You hear that word a lot, that you got to prove motive, means, and opportunity, right? That's how they say it in the movies. So motive is
yeah.
intent.
So it's just an indictment. So there had to be more presented to the grand jury to get an indictment through the investigation over the
Right.
last 8 or 9 months. So I don't know what else they have.
And we know this about our justice system because we're from the justice system here. There's standards. Like at the very beginning, you have, say, reasonable suspicion and probable cause standards, right? To get warrants for arrest and to collect evidence and make arrests and all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah,
Then the lawyers have to take what the police do or the federal agency does, and prosecutors have to then prove beyond a reasonable doubt standard in court if they're trying to put someone in jail, right? If they're trying to convict someone, they have to prove it to a beyond reasonable doubt standard. And I'm not going to explain what that is because I'm not a lawyer, but it's a higher burden of proof than civil court, where you have preponderance of evidence,
sure.
and probable cause standards when law enforcement is like making arrests and seizing evidence and that kind of stuff. So if I were to rate the three, I would go probable cause, and don't hold me to this because I'm not a lawyer and everything, but probable cause is about 25-ish%. I know they don't like saying that, but that's how I'm saying it. And preponderance of
Christine,
evidence
I've got some potatoes in the air fryer.
for the
I'm
whole
sorry.
world.
I thought I had that. I
For
thought
the-
I had that on mute. I'm sorry.
For the whole world to see. Hey, Christine, how are those potatoes doing? Bring Christine to tell us how the potatoes are doing. So
I'll have to see if she gets any. Sorry
Anyway.
about that, chat. I thought I was on mute there.
yeah.
Blowing out
Anyhow,
your eardrums.
the final point is, people should understand that when someone goes to a trial, there's a high standard of proof that the government has to meet to convict, and that's beyond a reasonable doubt. So in summary, I don't think, based off what we see in public, there is any strong evidentiary value. I find it hard to believe Comey was interviewed and confessed and gave intent through a statement. I find that hard to believe. I also find it hard to believe anyone from his family who was walking with him that day gave testimony in a sworn statement to law enforcement saying, no, this guy, this is what he meant because he said this. I find that hard to believe. I'm going to find
I'm going to be interested in seeing how that trial plays out, because right now my gut instinct is now he's going to use the Justice Department to get revenge, whether it's
But did you not
Comey.
think that was going to happen, really? Did you really not think that was going to happen?
I was hoping that was not going to happen.
I see. You're hoping.
Because he specifically mentioned in his campaign, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show success by making America number one. So I didn't think so. But
So you believed a president running for office telling you things is what. That's the first step we never should do as citizens.
So
We should-
hoping, not
yeah.
not knowing absolutely he wouldn't. I didn't believe 100%. But in fact, now I tend to lean on the side where people said when he comes in, he's going to do this. And I'm like, well, maybe you're right, because this seems pretty silly. So the next one will go is the guy that did the Russia case and got the 51
Yeah.
intel. I don't know if I
I
have
think,
that
hey,
number
if you
right.
ask me, all those
Watch him
intel
that he's
chiefs
next.
should
Yeah.
go. They should all be put in jail, if you ask me.
What's his name?
along
Brenner?
with
John
Yeah.
Brenner, I think his name was a former CIA head.
Yeah.
I think if he goes to court next, gets indicted, then I'm going to start believing, he's going after. He's got 3 more years to go after everybody.
I believe he will. I believe he'll go just as they went after him. I don't think he's going to turn the cheek. I don't think he'll be the bigger man. I don't think he's. I think he's going to. I think he wants to do good things for America, but I also think he's got revenge in his heart. That's just personal. I don't know the guy.
Me either.
It just looks like that to me, and kind of understand that. But I would again hope that the person we put the crown on the head, metaphorically, the one person the nation chooses by however means, I'm not going to argue that, how he was chosen or wasn't chosen, right?
Yeah.
But he holds the highest position. Again, it goes to behavior. You don't want a president to be like us. You
Right.
want a president to be way better than all of us. That's what you want.
Yeah. Set an example.
Yeah.
Be a leader.
No, but be
but-
better than everyone else, not just
right. That's
not just-
setting the example. Yeah.
absolutely. So it's all the behavior, and and here's the problem I've always had with President Trump. I mean, I'm entertained by the way he speaks, but I don't like the way he goes straight to insult and attack.
Yeah.
Like the common person. I don't like that about him. But
I thought they were going to rein him in from the first. Like, oh, I got to be a little better. No, he's back to his old self. So I get it with like the Iranian,
but I don't think
those
he's any
people,
different
but-
than Obama. I don't think he's any different from Clinton. I don't think he's any different from Bush. I don't think he's. I think they all did the same things. We just didn't know about it. I bet.
Well, I hate to bash
Okay.
on the guy. I must be on a Trump bashing day a little bit.
Okay.
Did you see the new passport?
Be
that's
careful
gonna
what you
be on
say.
the-
FBI is going to show up at your door.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying. I'm definitely not going to use any numbers in this. But they got a picture of the man's face on the passport for a limited time. Did you see that?
Who's this?
President Trump. He's going to be on a passport, a special edition passport. They're going to do like 25 to 35,000 of them
For
in
who?
the month of. The United States government is creating a special edition passport.
Oh.
25 to 35. From what I've read, you have to go to Washington, D.C., put in a reservation,
Mhm.
and you actually physically have to go to one office in Washington, D.C., and until they run out. And on one side, it's got President Trump's face, and then the Constitution behind him. And then on the other side, I forget what's on the other side, but it's like a 250-year limited edition commemorative passport.
I like the flag and I like the nation ID. I don't like the idea of
Can you-
putting a president on there.
Can you pull up that just so we can
I'll
see what
pull-
that?
Let me see what we got here. Hold on. What do you want me to search? It's new passport.
Special edition 250-year passport.
See, here it is right here. So let me pull.
And there's 2 pages on it. Like one's
Yeah.
going to be one side, and I forgot what's on the other side. Is why I
So
want
here,
to pull it up.
here we go. We got Trump's picture is coming to some U.S. passports one day ago. CNN is reporting U.S. to issue passports featuring Trump's picture to commemorate America's, and I'll do that one. Yeah. Sure. Well, let's see here. So to commemorate.
Oh, there it is, right up there.
Now, this is okay. This is what I don't like. I don't know why Trump's image would be on the Constitution. Why not put Reagan on there? Why not put George Washington?
Yeah.
The first president. You know what I mean? If you're going to put a president on there. This makes me think he wants attention.
That's
what
where
this-
I
yeah.
was going with.
Yeah.
And I think there's still plans to do the arch. I don't know what they're going to call that. And he's renamed some stuff under his name. So I don't know why after. I guess why a sitting president is doing all this, and not people saying we should build this and name it after this president. He's like, I'm going to rename. We're going to call it this.
Yeah.
So that makes me
This
wonder.
feels
a little bit too.
foolish to me. This doesn't make sense. Why? Okay, here's 2 things that don't make sense to me. The first thing that doesn't make sense is why would you pick one president or even the most current when this happens? That doesn't have anything to do with the commemoration of the nation of 250 years. You see what I mean? So there's my first question. Why would you even do that? Let's go back 5 years ago or 12 years ago or whatever, whoever the president was, and go, Well, we wouldn't put him on it if he came up with the idea. Is what I'm saying. So the
Yeah.
second thing is, what American wants that on their passport?
I
Why?
don't
Why
know.
would
I
an
think,
American want one president on a passport that's going to last 10 years?
well, I think if that magic number is 25 to 35,000 of them,
Uh-huh.
there are definitely people that it's going to sell out. Now, from my point of view, as someone who's traveled around the world, I don't know that, you know, I'd want it. And then I don't know how things are going to come out in the future. So, so am I going to get secondaried for special
But
treatment
again,
if I've got a gun in his face?
why would a citizen want Trump on it versus, say, another president?
I don't know. I think they're getting away with it because it's like a special edition. He's also doing something like a special edition dollar. Have you seen that one?
Oh, let's pull it up. Let's see.
It's going to be a special edition made by the Mint.
Special edition dollar.
I think it was a dollar, like a gold dollar or
Limited edition coin, $1 coin.
yeah.
From Mint. Let's see. I'm going to mint.gov.
Well,
Ooh, it's a bad.
yeah. .gov. Yeah.
Hold on.
It's an official coin.
It's thinking, trying to pull the website. You know how? Remember the old way of pulling up websites where you'd see like the raw form of it and then it'd switch over. Remember the GeoCities days and that kind of stuff of the internet. That's what I'm looking at right now. Of course, it is a government site, so that doesn't shock me. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
completely forgot what that looks like and when it's coming out and how much it cost and all that stuff.
It's taking a long time to pull this one site up, but again, it's a government site, so it doesn't shock me.
The money didn't go there.
Yeah. Okay. Here we are. Yeah, it just came up. So I hope I'm in the right spot. And this is what we got here. This is the limited edition. So this is from the United States Mint. So usmint.gov. You can go here and see the limited edition coin, $1. So
it's going to be official current. I mean, it's probably going to cost. I think it's made of gold, so it's going to cost a lot of money.
okay, so it's not in this one. So okay, this is. So maybe we should do.
And it hadn't been made yet.
So Trump's on it. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, if I remember right, it's going to have a picture of President Trump. It's going to be a limited edition as well. I think it's going to be a gold coin.
Is this it? Treasury Department announces President Donald J. Trump signature to. Oh, no, that's a signature. Let's see. Maybe it's not a dollar. Maybe it's a coin or something.
Yeah, I could have the currency off. Because I remember from months ago, but now that I see
special edition Trump gun, Glock, Bible, birthday card, watch, coin, shoes.
This is going to be from the Treasury Department. So Treasury.
So here's a coin, special edition Trump coin. There, this must be it.
Yeah, but it's got to be from like the Treasury Department.
But here it is, U.S. Mint. So Explorer RX President coin and medal collection. There's a Donald J. Trump bronze medal under that.
Now this is going to be from like the Treasury Department.
Yeah. Oh well, I've kind of lost interest in this.
Okay. Anyway,
sorry.
I guess the point is his picture and the way that I understand that he's getting these because never as a president be put on a coin.
Okay.
Before, unless he was like dead, no sitting president has ever been on a U.S. currency. So this will be the first, and I think the way they get around it is you can do like a special edition, like this passport for one, and maybe this coin as another for a limited period of time in celebration of the 250th anniversary. But again, now he's throwing so he wants to leave his name and legacy,
of course,
in as many places as he can.
He put his name on a building, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he definitely doesn't want to be forgotten.
Hey man, as long as he leads the nation and our military's strong, our economy's strong, and our people are happy, that's what we want, right?
Yeah, of course. I certainly wish there was a lot more cooperation. Just to, you get it, not there wasn't so much infighting between our
They
two
have
party
created
system, pretty
such a
much.
high school playground fight scene between the branches of government that I don't know. I don't know. How do you fix this? Who's going to be the adult if the adults are all fighting among each other?
I don't think it. I think it's just is what it is for the next 3 years.
You think it's going to be just 3 years? I think we've set the precedent of how it's to escalate over time. That's what it looks like to me.
I don't think anyone's quite like him, and I don't know that it will escalate. Escalate. So I don't know. For example, let's pretend Rubio or Vance was the next president.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to be as bombastic, as demanding. They're not architects, and they're not or not architects, but they're not building developers. As
You mean
spending a life as a developer, thinking of things like I need to build a golden arch for
yeah.
myself. I need to build this. I need to build that. And none of them are billionaires either, with the thought of I'll spend $1 billion of my own money to build a beautiful presidential library type thing. Did you see the renderings for that in Miami? They're amazing. You should pull that up.
And what is it?
It's going to be the Trump presidential library building in Miami. So the architects have already come up with the what it's going to look like. It's going to have businesses in it. It's going to be like a giant skyscraper in downtown Miami, and first floor is going to have like jets in it and stuff like that.
There's an article that's 5 years old, but it has it's got a computer rendering of what it might look like. You said that there's other ones. Let me
This
see.
is just within the last couple months. Let me just type into.
Yeah, I've got it here. I got a bunch of articles. I'm just trying to sift through. You know how it is to
Yeah,
find. I'm not Jamie from Rogan's thing. I'm not as good as him. So
that's okay.
here's so I'll just pull it up on Wikipedia. They're Donald J. Trump Presidential Library. Let's look for a photo, and of course, there's no photos on this.
I see a bunch on. Well, I used. Looks
Yeah,
like
yeah.
oddly enough using Bing, but I see a bunch of pictures on YouTube.
I'm
Let
looking at a
me.
bunch of pictures with the one with the jet in it and all this. Here, I'll pull all
Yeah,
this up
yeah, that's it. That's it.
for you.
Images.
All right, here's what we got. Here's the computer from a Forbes computer rendering of a Forbes article about 5 years ago.
No, this is like really recent.
Well, is this? There's the jet inside of it with the gold escalators right there.
I haven't seen it yet. No, that's not it.
Is
That's
look
definitely not
the
it.
presidential library, John?
See, now go to the yeah, those parts are, but go up a little bit, or
This one
just
right
to the
here.
left,
Look
just to the left of the airplane
right
with the
here.
golden arc. Yeah, so that's going to be on the first floor of that plane.
Mm-hmm.
If you look to the left, you see that thing that says Trump.
Yeah, right here. This one right here.
Yeah, but if you go all the way to the left and up one, and I know I'm delayed behind you, because I'm looking at it on YouTube and there's a little bit of a
Oh
delay.
yeah, there's gonna be a
That
day.
there's a tall skyscraper and it has Trump on the top.
Got it. It's this one right here.
Possibly, I'm
Well,
delayed, so I
here's
don't
the
know what you're looking at.
here's the skyscraper, and here's an article, and there's the skyscraper. Let's
Yeah. So I assume you're looking at it. It may pop up on mine at some point, but it's this
yeah
big 30-story. Yeah,
yeah.
that.
We're looking at it.
So, so that's going to be that's my Trump libraries compared to say President Obama's, which I admit that President Obama's doesn't look very good.
Why is there a library? Okay, so a president does a library because what are they preserving in the library?
The life of president, I presume.
The life of the president. Okay. So the
Um,
presidential
so
library is like
Reagan's got
archives.
one.
Yeah.
Bush has
Okay.
got one. Nothing at that scale.
Does
But
each president warrant their own individual library, or should every president be under one library?
every president has their own. So, like,
No, that's not what I asked. I asked
president, yeah,
should
I
they?
think so.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
All right.
President Obama was, I believe, around from Chicago or Illinois. So he's building his library there.
Okay.
Bush from Texas, his library is somewhere in
I
Texas.
see. I see.
Um, and then
Who's the oldest
I guess
library
because
president?
President Trump is now a Florida resident, he lives at Mar-a-Lago, so I assume he's a Florida resident, and so that I guess he's going to build his in Miami.
Makes sense. Yeah. I wonder what the oldest presidential library is. Like, when did that start? Do you know that?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Let's look it up. Let's get some
Because
education.
I
I'm not going to
think,
share the screen. I'm just going to look it up. Okay.
yeah, that's fine. I think George Washington doesn't have a library, but he's got a building dedicated to him. But I don't know if it's like
So
the
here's
library.
what the great intrawebs say. FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, established the first presidential library in 1939 to 1941, initiating the modern system of presidential libraries managed by the National Archives.
So
Your
now we
sound
know.
dampener's not on your mic. I can hear your dog's nails on the floor.
Yeah, I can too. I'm going to put it on pause for a second, or mute rather.
Okay. But then we can't hear you speak. So I will keep talking to everybody. Let's see, where did I lift up by the National Archives?
No, I'm back.
Okay. So he donated his papers and a portion of his Hyde Park, New York estate to the federal government to ensure public access. It was dedicated on June 30th, 1941. Now that's interesting. He donated his portion of Hyde Park, New York estate to the federal government for it. Is that what the other presidents do? They donate their own thing to it? They pay for it themselves, or does the government pay for it?
So I bet the government donates a little bit to it, but I'm not sure. That's another good question. When I look at that Trump Tower, for example, like who's paying for that? Obviously, the government's not going to pay for a $10 billion building, you know. So he's probably going to pay for it, and maybe the state and the government pay for just the bottom floor or something like that.
Yeah. I wonder how often a presidential library is utilized by the public.
Oh, I think quite a bit. One, I wonder if they even charge you. Let me look. It should be a free thing, right? If the government's involved.
It should be. If what it is if a library being constructed is in honor of a U.S. president, then it should be open to the U.S. public.
I know you're hearing a little clicking there. Tickets will. I'm looking at the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library. That just happened to pop up. Tickets are $15 for adults. The library is open 7 days a week. So there is some type of minimal charge.
So I assume that was not paid with tax money. That'd be some shit if it was paid for with tax money and then they charge you to come in.
It might be. How is a presidential library funded? Funded through private donations for construction, while federal taxpayers cover ongoing operational costs through the National Archives and Records Administration. Okay, so So funding's through private donation, and the upkeep, it looks like the federal, the U.S. pays for that.
Couldn't that be
Federal taxes.
couldn't that so it is there is federal taxes that pay for it too.
Yeah, for the upkeep.
Well, that's paying for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Doesn't matter what
Obviously.
you're paying for it. You're paying tax money.
And,
So
and
then
when you don't get enough, then you charge $15 a ticket.
well then yeah, wait a minute. If taxpayers paying for the upkeep, why are people paying to get in the door?
That's just one particular library. You know,
Hmm.
I didn't. I just don't know. I'm just looking at
Yeah.
something called Copilot, which looks like I'm on Microsoft for that.
It brings up another question now. Could this be can it be assumed then that private donors who help a president build a library, and if that president is still in office, wouldn't that be contributing to the president after his campaign?
No, in the case of President Trump, he'll be president no more. He'll have served his 8 years. And now, after he's president, just like Obama, after he was president, that's when
So they can't build it until after you're out.
Yeah, I believe that to be the case.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, because if you're a sitting president and people are going, "Oh, Mr. President, I'll donate to this. I'll buy this for you for your presidency legacy." Obviously, that's after a campaign, and wouldn't that cross the lines into, "Hey, you're just bribing the president now."
Yeah. Unless we get a sneaky one and he gets chosen as the vice president, and then the president quits and he gets another 4 years.
Wouldn't that be funny if they just reverse roles and Trump becomes vice president and what's his name becomes president, and then they got to put up with Trump for another 8 years if he makes.
Well, I don't know if it'll. I guess he could become vice president over and over again.
Or he gets appointed to some high position place where he's out there. Or hey, this would be so funny, is after Trump's president, he moves on and then he gets put as press secretary. And then Trump's up there talking as press secretary every day.
I don't think he would do that
on behalf of another, but he never would. He would talk about, well, when I was president, that would be hilarious. I would love to see that.
In a TV show.
No, I'd like to see that in reality, because our reality is like a TV show. I'd like to see that in reality.
So I heard Trump and Putin had an hour and a half conversation today.
They did.
And
what did they talk about?
I think Putin allegedly, this is a big allegedly, I wasn't on the phone call, that Russia would help with maybe the uranium or something, some way get involved with, if the Iranians made some deal that include a not nuclear free as in facilities, but nuclear weapons free type thing, and got rid of the uranium or whatever, that he would be willing to help out, probably provide the uranium to the Ukrainians that could be used in civil nuclear energy. Then allegedly Trump was like, I'd rather you just concentrate on ending the war with Ukraine. And then Putin said that he might ask for a ceasefire during some like Victory Day type celebration that Russia's having. So those are the three headlines that I picked up, and I don't know where that person got that information, if it was directly from Trump saying, oh, I had a phone call with Putin, very good phone call, it was beautiful, or somebody just completely made that up. So I think I saw it on X.
What's
X
going
somewhere.
on with that whole Ukraine war thing? It seems like Doesn't get a lot of coverage now.
Yeah, it's not the newest, hottest topic because, well, there is a new hot topic there. I guess something to do about Israel and accepting like contraband grain um, has now spurred some big controversy between Ukraine and Israel.
Okay,
Israel
who
was
got
a
the grain and who's upset about the grain?
so Israel received the grain,
Okay. From Ukraine?
not directly. I think it was
So is Ukraine not supposed to be
shadow
selling grain
fleeted.
or something?
Let me type in Ukraine, Israel, Ukraine, grain conflict.
Good song title.
You know, I have uh by the way, I set this thing for the microphone to block noise. I just don't know why. That I'm not able to keep like key clacking and stuff like that from going.
Actually, I don't hear your keys right now. They're very, very faint.
Okay, good.
And
So
when
it
your
says
dog went up the stairs, I didn't hear nails. So
uh my wife carried the dog upstairs. It might have been the
nice.
little one actually that was so she picked him up and carried him up the stairs. So Ukraine accused Israel on Tuesday, which was yesterday,
Okay.
of allowing the import of grain it says Russia stole from occupied areas, prompting
Oh,
a sharp exchange between officials. Um,
okay.
Zelensky said the vessel carrying the grain had arrived at an Israeli port and was preparing to unload, calling the trade illegal and warning of sanctions against those involved.
Hmm.
Israel claimed the vessel had not entered the port and had not yet submitted its documents. And there was a marine tracking website that had showed that the ship had been in the port of Haifa for several days.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know, but I think all that yelling back and forth is uh, quote unquote under Twitter diplomacy.
Okay. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
new way to communicate is through, of course, X.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for the case of True Social. But then someone just takes something off True Socials, puts it on X, and said the president said this. So that's a new thing. Like when he was president years ago, too, I know he used Twitter back then, I think, obviously. And then,
He got
so
banned on Twitter.
yeah, but at the end of his presidency, not
Yeah.
during it. Um, but he was like almost giving official orders from the commander in chief on Twitter. So people were reacting. I don't think they were reacting to an order coming down official chains. The president said something on Twitter, and then people executed based off of his Twitter account. I think there were several occasions of that. So I think Iran is ready to make a deal. They're getting closer, but they're still stuck on. They want to keep that nuclear stockpile that's close to weapons grade. So I don't know if they're ever going to give up
What's going to
their
happen if
dream of
we
being
make a deal
nuclear.
with Iran? If everything goes smooth with Iran, then what? What's the next conflict? Wasn't that supposed to be the big conflict?
So there's a lot of speculation, and I don't know if you can see it, but those listening or want to look later on, you can see King Charles came to the U.S. I think yesterday, and the president was sponsoring him, and there were some lip readers, so you could see President Trump trying to talk to the King of England and discussing, like, I think Putin's about to go to war with you guys, stuff like that. And then the king was like, not right now, not here, because it was outside. And these lip readers are,
Yeah.
like, I think one said something like, "Oh, I think Putin's crazy. I think he's going to attack soon." And then the king was like, uh, "Okay, when insight." He's
I
like,
hey, I've got a
like he's
question.
aware that people can read lips
Yeah.
and do all that stuff.
I've got a question now about tactics and tactical operations that have been going on apparently. So Russia invaded Ukraine how long ago? About 2 years or
4 years,
3 years? Three?
4.
Four? Okay. Yeah, you know what? Time to me it seems like two, but it's 4 years.
Yeah, I believe so. I think it
Okay.
was 2022.
Okay, fine. Let's. That's right. Biden was president. He was talking about how we're going to make them the pariah they are. Remember him saying that?
Right. And
Actually, he said they
then,
were not. They were. At first, he said they're not going to attack. Said Russia's not going to attack Ukraine. I
well, he,
remember that.
he
Yeah.
may have said that, but that's not the final outcome.
No, I know. I'm saying what was said then. Then it was we're going to make them the pariah. Okay, now he's not president anymore, right? Okay. So
Well,
now
well,
the
it was
this
kind of
war,
like when they backed up to the border with 300,000 people and called it, "Oh, these are just military
right,
maneuvers, nothing to see."
right. But think about this, because you and I kind of understand when armies go to war, we understand the ideas of it, right? And we'd seen small portions of going downrange and movements and that kind of stuff. And I'm not trying to compare Russia to the United States in operation template, right? I'm not trying to do that. But here's what I'm looking at. Russia is apparently a stronger force than the Ukraine, apparently.
It
Um,
is.
okay, all right. So this war has gone on for 4 years. I was hearing about 2 years ago that claims were being made that the Ukrainian fighting age, soldier age, has been decimated, meaning like 18 to whatever, 45,
65 probably.
64, whatever. That their population for soldiers has waned to the point where it's decimated. Okay, I've heard that. Then I hear how the Ukraine is beating the Russians at this game,
Yeah,
at this war.
this year.
Okay. Okay. Then you're hearing things like this, like you're talking about, well, maybe Putin might invade England. I get that. That's just rument. I get that a thousand
No, no,
percent.
no. The target is the Baltic states,
Okay, the Baltic states. Sorry. Okay.
but
S-
are members of NATO, which would enact Article 5.
Gotcha. So if Russia's getting, I don't know what word to use. Defeated? Do you use that word? Because at one time someone's going to be winning at all times. Someone's always going to be winning at all times until it's over, right?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so the problem is none of Europe has a standing army anymore. So if you took,
Well, hold on. Before you get
okay,
there, let's go back to the Russia Ukraine thing. Who's fighting the war on the Ukrainian side? If they're
drones.
so that implies that Ukraine has the superior drone force that Russia
Yeah.
doesn't have.
Yes.
Where'd they get the drone force if they've gone through most of their fighting people? How'd they
Well,
get
I
the
can
drone
tell you
force?
why they're so effective this year, and they're starting to take back land. One,
Go
they're
ahead.
manufacturing them themselves,
Okay.
and they're making a lot of them,
Mhm.
probably all over the country. And so, it's hard to bomb them, I'm sure. Um, Two is as like when we talked about the oil stuff on the very first episode, and I talked about the U.S. starting to control all the
Mhm.
the stuff. Look at today; it's just like
Yep. Yep.
I said, frankly. But not to pat myself on the back on that. But the difference is they've been destroying all the Russian oil between the sanctions. Now the U.S. has let up on some, but they are collapsing from within. So now President Putin is worried about communication like Iran is. So he shuts off things like Telegram and things the Russians use to communicate with each other in order so people can't rise up against him. And now the military can't talk to each other because there's no internet that they can use.
Oh, come on. A
So,
superior force. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to believe then. I'm supposed to believe that the nation of Russia, who was our Cold War enemy that we were so
yeah,
frightened of back in the 80s, okay, that today, that in a war that they initiate, or from whatever point of view, they invaded,
yeah, they
okay,
did.
that they're losing apparently, that now Ukraine has this superior force of drones over them.
Right.
And then why would NATO be worried about another invasion then? You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Uh, in the long run, Russia would get its ass kicked against NATO. And I'm not even talking the US.
Yeah,
But
NATO.
right now, the European NATO, say the US pulled out. And I think today Trump said in the next day or two, I'm going to tell you how many American troops were actually pulling out of Europe.
Okay.
It's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Well, I don't believe so. I think we should keep a NATO relationship. But uh, the thing like Estonia or something like that maybe has an army of $25,000 or 25,000 people. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
and they don't really have any equipment. The Russians are still a country of 190 million people.
Okay.
Their fighting force is not decimated. Their aircraft are not decimated. They quit flying them. They probably lost, let's say, very tops 20 aircraft. So let's say they have 1,800 fighters or something like that. I don't know their line and block chart, but let's pretend they have 800 fighters of different age and variety. They've probably only lost 20 because they're not, using those. So they can still rush a country of 20, a very small country. And then we get into any reaction, and then the use of tactical nuke.
Mhm.
And then the tactical nuke turns into a full nuke, which, they have like 7,000, 7,500 nukes. Uh, if Russia wanted to and in the world or whatever, they could destroy every major city in Europe. Let's say there's 200 major cities, and kill a billion people, or no, not a billion. There's only like 585 million Europeans, just Europe, Um, so they can't. Russia can't win a non-nuclear thing, but it can take some land and then threaten with nukes to get Europe to say, okay, you can have that.
Well, if Russia destroyed 200 European cities, Russia would be destroyed too.
Yeah,
Yeah. So the end game of that is we all die at that. No one wins.
right. So
Yeah.
so Russia is aggressive, threatening the nukes. Well, he's always been threatening it in the last 4 years, right? It gets the Europeans who are not under one country.
Yep.
We saw that with the Iran war, or many things. They can't get together. They can't, decide. This
Yeah.
country wants this. This country wants that. As NATO, you never know how much you can even trust Spain to support France, or Portugal to support Poland. They might not say, all right, we can give Poland away. Yeah. Well, Poland's got probably the biggest army right now in Europe, but so yeah, so any of those Baltic states, and there's talk about them moving some artillery and some other stuff on the border, and I think even using Belarus, and people are trying to figure out, are the Russians now going to come from another point of attack and get Belarus into it? And yeah, I don't know, but there's a lot of concern that Russia may instigate an attack on NATO, maybe even just to fill them out. How much would they rush arms and people? How long would it take to even get an opposing force big enough? If they put 300,000 troops and just rush the country with 25,000 soldiers, Well, that's the same with Ukraine. But immediately when Ukraine happened, Europe and America, uh, started pouring hundreds of billions of dollars of equipment and money to bolster them, and to Ukraine's, you know, respect. They said we're going to fight a different type of war. If the
Is
Russians
it
want to
Ukraine
just,
though, or is it mercenaries fighting on behalf of Ukraine?
the Ukraine is revolutionizing warfare of the 22nd century. They're
Interesting.
they're using drones for almost everything. I think we were talking about it, and I know it's been a little bit because I had a family emergency, so we haven't talked for a while.
Mhm.
Um, like I said, they just did a squad level attack using nothing but drones and mechanical machine guns on treads, uh, and they're killing all the Russians and clearing stuff. And now the Russians can't communicate because the Kremlin was concerned about a coup, so shut off the internet. Now they literally have runners. So
Mm.
it's a joke, but this is the reality of it. They're trying to use mules to get to the front line. They're they can't communicate anymore, so they're sending runners, you know, to get the word from the commander who's in the back to get back to the front. And Ukraine is taking advantage of it because they haven't lost internet or the ability to communicate. But that's how bad it got that the Kremlin said you now have to use this official state software that lets you communicate. But everyone doesn't want to use it because now the government can monitor every single
What
word every
nations
civilian says.
what nations support Ukraine? Can you list just say top 5 nations that support Ukraine with either money, weapons, tactics, or personnel?
America, uh,
Mhm.
Britain,
Mhm.
Germany,
Mhm.
uh, Denmark, Sweden, France.
Australia.
Yeah, Australia probably pitches in a little.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
even in South Korea.
So that leads me to this question, sir. Are we in World War III? And if so, when did it literally start?
So I wouldn't say we're in World War III. We're certainly in a war, in a state of war, especially in the Middle East, where Israel is trying to get rid of Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. Unfortunately, Hezbollah is mixed in with the government of Lebanon. But now Israel and Lebanon are actually got a ceasefire, and the president is talking, and they're trying to find a way to get rid of that Hezbollah influence that used to get paid by Iran, but I'm sure that money is drying up as we, block all their oil and stuff like that. Um, so there's a chance for some peace there. There's some chance for peace with Iran at some point, but right now they're all split. Factions are fighting over power to see who's going to be in charge. I don't think that's worked out. IRGC has got a guy that I think is trying to gather control, but there's still people fighting against it. And so even if someone says I'm the official government of Iran, it might not have the backing of the IRGC, and the IRGC, as we've often seen, says I don't care what that diplomat says. The war goes on.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, but there's a chance at some point for peace with Iran. And then, so we got to get to Russia and Ukraine. Uh, what I watch daily on average is 1,000 people or killed, 1,000 people killed or injured badly enough to be taken off the battlefield a day. So that's 365,000 a year. We're in the fourth year, so I think they're already at like around 1.4 million lost, either damaged or dead. Um,
Wow.
You know, so the Russians are losing a lot of people, and now that the Ukraine doesn't really have to send people into the battle,
Yeah.
th- they just have to create 500 drones
Well,
to fly around the
and the
area,
only reason they can do that is because these top nations are supplying them.
even financially. They're making them themselves.
Well, okay, but if it wasn't for the U.S., Britain, Germany, everything, do you think the Ukraine could sustain
No,
by its? Okay, that's kind of my point. So if that's true, and if the U.S. and all these other nations are purposefully supplying money and stuff so the Ukraine can fight Russia, how is that not a world war?
well, because no one's declared war either from the Russian
Oh,
side or
you
the
got to say
NATO
the
side.
magic words for it to be a war. That's the definition.
Yeah. So the
I
Russians
declare war.
have done some things to invoke
By the time you
Article
killed 1 million
4.
people, you're at war. I'm sorry. You
Well,
don't have to
they're at
declare
war.
it.
They're on a special military operation. The Russians are. It's not
Mm,
war. It's a special
nice.
military operation. The
Nice.
Ukrainians are at war though. They're blowing shit up.
That's
So
funny. That is hilarious that all sides can frame their perspective and hold that, and everyone all we're just sitting here going, "Oh no, this isn't a world war." That's amazing to me.
I don't think it's a world war yet.
No, people are dying, bombs are going off. It's a war. It doesn't matter what you
There's
think. Yeah.
yeah, no, I meant in the sense of nations get together
If a
and battle it
thousand
out.
people die a day, I don't care if you're the aggressor or the defender in the
Die or
conflict.
wounded badly.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're the aggressor or the wounded. What human brain is not going to call that a war?
We all are. It's semantics.
Exactly. So how long have
Yeah.
we been at World War III, and when did it start?
I don't think we're at World War III in the sense. Well, I can.
Well, the world is clearly at war.
So some countries are, and some countries have always been at war. But I gotta add in. Did you see Elon's Omar's speech or
Elon or Ilhan?
Elon?
Ilhan Omar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I
The-
said her name correctly, but I know it's Omar. Yeah.
I think it was maybe answering reporters or something. Did you see
No.
what she said?
About what?
So I forget the scenario, but
Okay.
she's speaking and somebody's filming it, so it's on film. And she's reading from some statement, and she obviously didn't write it herself because as she's reading it, and then I got to paraphrase, but and this hasn't happened since World War 11 because someone wrote World War and they put
Aye. Yeah.
and she starts talking about World War 11. And now,
War
of course,
11.
there's memes out.
We probably have been through that many world wars. We just haven't called them that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I think it holds a special place, right? World War One, it's the Axis against the Allies, and
Again,
etc.
from perspective,
So
though. Yeah.
yeah, so multiple states, but and it's only because just two countries are involved, right? Russia, Ukraine, but they're getting supported by Russia's getting supported by China. North Korea sent a bunch of cannon
Yeah.
fodder over at one
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
provided them with bad bullets.
Yeah.
For oil and technology, stuff like that. So I don't even know what North Korea's relationship with them.
I think we're so
But
used to this idea of conflict that we just go, yeah, of course the world's at war. The world's always at war. Yeah.
oh gosh, Africa alone.
I know. When has the U.S. never not been in a conflict, war, or some sort of military operation outside of our nation? When has name the decade that it did not happen?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think you can.
no, not maybe there was a decade. I don't know. I'm thinking like Spanish American War, Civil
Uh,
War. There's been a lot of war,
there
but
has.
certainly in in my lifetime,
We've been at
I
war
can't think
since
of
I've been alive.
Panama
Yeah,
just because. Uh,
yeah.
uh,
Gulf War,
what
then
was the one where they
GY.
had to rescue
Yeah,
the ones from Grenada?
yeah.
You know, so there's always
Well,
some skirmish going
Vietnam
on.
was ending when I was born. I was born in
Vietnam.
72.
So you got World War II ending in the 40s. Got the
Yep,
Korean War in the 50s,
50s.
60s,
The 60s to
70s. You got
60s basically is Vietnam. Actually,
Vietnam.
Vietnam is late 50s to early 70s.
80s.
You
80s
got
was
just because you
just
got,
because
yeah, you
maybe
got
the
Grenada. You
Grenada,
got, what else you got? Um,
probably no.
oh, the war
And
on
I think it,
drugs started in the war on
war
drugs.
on
We've
drugs.
been at war. I tell you, I said we've been at war. I didn't say with what.
The 90s, I think that was probably Kosovo time, right? Or like,
Yeah,
and we started bombing the Serbs
right. And
until
then
we started
2000s, you get
destroying
GWAT.
everything. 2001, yeah, we get hit with. So what happened in the 90s
The night, you're right, Kosovo,
or
90s.
2000? Yeah, Kosovo, right?
Yeah.
I can't think of.
How about all the times we've sent missiles into training camps to kill terrorists, or when the Cole got hit, or those times when we're
That was
doing.
96, right?
Well,
Something
it's
like
90s. Yeah.
No, no, that was 2000s.
Oh, the Cole was 2000.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyhow, you get what I'm saying. So through our lives, we have just defined that we probably were not at war maybe 5 years or in some sort of warring conflict kind of military posture.
Every decade.
Every decade,
Yeah, there's a
every since 1776, every decade is something. So what does that mean? Does that mean we're incapable of ever being at peace as a nation? Or does it mean we're always expanding, that manifest destiny? We're always boom, 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 going out, and I don't
either
know.
we're expanding, like when we attack Greenland or Canada in the near future. I don't know if that'll happen, but Cuba. Okay, Cuba,
Oh, we just invaded.
Venezuela.
We just invaded Venezuela overnight
Yeah.
and came home.
So, so those would be expansionist, right?
Yeah.
But certainly other countries, China, Iran's really a proxy for China anyway. They
Yeah.
give them shit so that they can get cheap oil and keep China running to be the next superpower. And there's other countries, again, we talked about that too, that were instead of like one superpower, we want to break it up and have like
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 superpowers. So one country doesn't get to dictate. Europe, for example, is France is calling to become let's support other countries to be superpowers so it's evened out and we've got 4 superpowers. And I don't know what the word is. It's not poly, but it's like omni or something to suggest a balancing of the world with multiple superpowers.
We'll be a thruple. 3 major
Well,
superpowers in a
I think they're
thruple.
looking at a quadruple, like a China,
Okay.
a Russia, a Europe, and America.
A foursome.
Yeah.
In golf, I
Mm,
mean. A foursome
So
in golf.
yeah. uh, Never mind. That was going to be a bad joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got like France, who's again supposed to be our ally, but hurt, and now they're calling to break away from America, and we got to stand up for ourselves. But right now, there's no industry. They left war. They thought everything was going to be running fine. They'll buy their oil from Russia. Oh, we won't fall under Russian pressure. Yeah, look what happened. And now they're like, yeah, we never paid our 2%. No, we have no factories, to make this in enough volume. Our armies are small. Um, People are discussing, Britain maybe having 2 naval vessels left, not completely, but like big cruisers or something, and they're both mothballed in a port somewhere. So now the whatever they call, I guess they're more conservative party over there, is bashing the prime minister on you've let the military go to shit basically. But they're still quite capable, and they still have probably, I would guess, 400 nuclear weapons, and France probably has around the same. So those two countries alone probably have 800. But I'm sure that they would feel more comfortable under the nuclear umbrella of the United States. Like, U.S. is still important for them with the equipment that we have, the size of our army, and everything else. But
It's not going to matter when AI takes over. When
yeah.
super AI takes over, it's not going to matter.
Well, I'm looking at the time, but I want to end this on this.
Go ahead.
And I think I told you about my shock the other day. I've gone from that car that gets fairly good gas mileage, probably 28 to average or something, now into a pickup truck that gets maybe 20 or something. And I paid for gas today, and I'm like, oh,
This was smart.
this war's got to go. Somebody needs to say uncle and give in. I don't know who that's going to be right now. But you want to lead us out with?
I will.
Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for not watching in the chat today, and anyone who watches in the future. Hello. And we will be asking for your support in the future. Like us, subscribe, tell a friend, bring a friend, jump in the chat, talk with Steven and myself. And always remember, look for something good to do for someone else today. Bye-bye.
Lord have mercy. Y'all ain't right.